All right, we are live on YouTube. How's everyone doing today? What a difference a few days makes out here in the San Francisco area where I live. We have a shift in the weather. It's like 58 degrees, 57 degrees, little chilly, a little nifty, but that's okay. Ooh, and a little bit of wind. Not as bad as on the trail yesterday. And I'm back. For those of you that have been following me for a while, I am back at Red Morton Park. The original home of these Walking with Purpose streams, you know? City of Redwood City, founded in 1867. A beautiful city, a beautiful place I've called home. There's no place like home, and there's no place I'd rather be. And I hope you feel the same way about where you live. Man, it's a little chilly. I should have bundled up a little bit more, but hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I have a very special show here today that is probably going to be very surprising to many people that have followed for quite some time. And I'm here to just mention at the very beginning, if you have a problem with what I'm doing here today and the person I'm welcoming back, then you have a problem within yourself. It's not my problem, right? And I'm not trying to disrespect my audience or anyone else. I'm just making choices that I feel are good for myself and my lady who's my business partner here on my channels. And that's what matters the most to me. I do care about everyone, don't get me wrong, but if there are decisions I make that you don't like, then you have a decision to make on whether you want to continue supporting me, following me or not. Right? I mean, it's as simple as that. Hey, Coach Eli. Hey, Holly. We've got 10 people here. Thank you so much for being here. Got 12 people here, 4 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. Can you folks hear me clearly and see me clearly? I know you hate me saying that, but I can't verify my audio when I'm on mobile. Right through the windscreen. It's a little windy, but it's not as bad as yesterday. Whew. Sounds you're good. Thank you. Yeah, look at that. That's a cool angle, isn't it? Yeah, winds are like 5 to 7 miles per hour with gusts up to like 15 or 20. So it's not as bad as yesterday, and we did get a little bit of rain here in Redwood City earlier today. And that's why I'm at Red Morton Park, because whenever there's a chance of rain, I go to a place where there are many overhangs that I can run to if it does start to rain. On the trail out over at Bear Island, it's wide open. You get caught up in rain, you're screwed till you walk right back out, right? Already some trolls. That message was probably held for review that you banned Coach Eli. Good job. You can't see messages held for review while you're running a live stream from the YouTube mobile app as the channel owner. So that message never even made the live chat. And that's okay. Let people troll. I was talking with RJ before the show started. And I said, let people troll. Let people be how they want to be. Right? The only thing that matters is, you know, that we like each other and we want to work together and we want to create some great content like we've always planned in the past. Right? And this time around, let's not let anyone get in the way of us creating that content, right? You know, RJ and I aren't here today. I know RJ's in the chat and he is a moderator here. We're not here to trash talk anyone, you know, from the past that supposedly kept us from working together. I'm just sitting here listening, no hitting the block. What do you mean no hitting the block, Harley? Holly, not Harley. You're not a motorcycle. Actually, Harley is a feminine name, isn't it? Harley or Haley or whatever, right? Holly, sorry. What do you mean no hitting the block? Like hitting your head on the block? Please clarify that, Holly. Yeah, I haven't been to Red Morton Park in quite some time, so I'm not blocking anyone. Well, I mean, Holly, if somebody is trolling, then you should block them unless Coach Eli beats you to it, or my lady, or one of the many other mods here, right? GLM, have you ever heard of people first language, Eli? I'm not sure what you mean by that, GLM. Gabrielle or Gabriela Louise Martinez, can you please enlighten me with that? Coach J-Ram is saying hello to GLM in his own special way. Okay. Okay. Yeah. RJ Sandefur, where are you? We're waiting for you to show up in the chat. We've got 19 people here. Wondering, oh, what's going on? What's going on with Eli and RJ? Are they patching things up again for the 10,000th time? Right? Is the cycle going to start all over again, this and that? That's why some people are here. That's not why we're here, but that's why some people are here. They're wondering, oh, okay, here we go again, right? No. We're not going down that same path. That same path is eternally done with. Wow, look at how green the park is. I haven't been here since the rain made everything extremely green. Wow. I gotta wait for people to walk. Clear the path. Give me a second, folks. But yeah, no. We're not backtracking. You know, to make it very clear, we're not looking to get involved with any drama. And RJ knows that there have been people on this platform that have swayed him back and forth, or, you know, played him like a ping pong table, right? Bing, 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 back and forth, right? Right? Some people have even labeled RJ a flip-flopper. And I really don't think that was a fair assessment when the people that labeled him a flip-flopper were creating fake instigated drama to intentionally make him flip, taking advantage of his Asperger's, a form of autism, so they can make content and money entertaining their audience at the expense of a blind and disabled man. And all I'm going to say is this. In RJ's defense, and I'm not saying that RJ's been perfect. He's made mistakes too. And just because he's blind and autistic doesn't mean he's not capable of making mistakes. He is. But at the same time, what about the people that took advantage of his disabilities to create content and make money at his expense? You should be ashamed of yourselves. Right? I just wanted to put that out there. And RJ reached out to me today because I commented on one of his streams like a few weeks back. And RJ reached out to me today by email just saying, hey, I see things are going well for you. And that's it. He said nothing more. He was just saying something like, I see things are going well for you. I'm glad things are going well for you, or something to that extent, right? And I said, you know what? I got up in the morning. I said, you know what? This is the day that I reach out to RJ. This is the right time. Why? Because, many of the people that prevented RJ and I from working together or getting in the way have pretty much stepped away for the most part because YouTube has taken a stronger stance against bullying and harassment, hateful and abusive content, spam and deceptive practices, and circumvention. And speaking of which, this is going to lead into a show I'm going to be doing tonight briefly for about an hour from the studio. It'll be a short show tonight from the studio, which I will do right here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. A few hours after this show ends, I'm going to go home and eat dinner with my lady first. And then I'm going to do a show to show you folks the community guidelines that have been updated in the last few months since the new CEO of YouTube took over, Neil Mohan. And I was notified about changes through my YouTube studio on the back end. The top of it, for those of you that are content creators, and you go to the back end of YouTube, Creator Studio, or Studio, right? On the very top, they put important messages, and I got that message today, and I went and I looked at April's and now May's update, because today's May 1st, 2023, and I was like, wow. Thank you, Team YouTube, for finally taking stronger action against things that have prevented good creators like me from growing, and to prevent creators like RJ Sandefur from being further bullied on this platform. And manipulating a blind and autistic man to make content and make money off of his expense is bullying a disabled person. Or just bullying in general. It doesn't matter if he's disabled, he just happens to be disabled, which makes it even worse in my opinion, right? But it's bullying any way you look at it. Hi, GLM says, Holly. JRM says, I like... Okay. GLM says, in social services, we always address the person for who they are, then secondary is their disability. For example, I would say RJ, the YouTuber who is blind. No, I understand. That makes sense, GLM, and thank you for clarifying that. From a professional standpoint, you're right. It sounds a lot more professional, and I agree with you. When you're trying to promote something on social media and you only have 100 characters to write a title, you have to write it in a way that's going to get your point across, right? Something that more so rolls, like blind YouTuber RJ Sandefur, instead of saying it the way you said it, which is more profound, more professional. It's a more respectful way to identify people. I agree. You're right. You're absolutely right. And respectfully, again, the only reason why I put it out that way is because on social media, we have limited characters when creating titles and stuff like that, and thumbnails and stuff like that to promote what you're going to discuss, right? But I get what you're saying, and I respect that. Thank you. Coach Jerome says, I agree, GLM. RJ is a YouTuber that happens to be blind and autistic, not a blind autistic YouTuber. I agree. You guys are all right. And yes, honestly, I know you, J-Rom, and GLM, respectfully speaking, are a little more on the right. You guys are more conservative. I'm a little more liberal, right? But the funny thing is, what you're talking about is liberal shit, right? Liberal stuff, right? So see, sometimes you may agree with the liberals, sometimes I may agree with the conservatives, right? What matters is what makes sense, whether the right or the left is presenting it, right? Or had a part in, you know, passing that law or regulation or whatever, right? That was really nice. Thank you to the both of you for being a bit liberal on my show today. I'll never forget this moment, man. You never know what's going to happen on these shows, right? RJ, where are you? Kindness transcends politics. Big round of applause, Coach J-Rom. Kindness definitely transcends politics. I got to say, Coach J-Rom, I'm really proud of you, man. I remember the early days of when I met you on this platform, the JB Gunner days, when we were all going at each other. I think we've all matured quite a bit, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say we've all matured quite a bit? It's all good. Where are you, RJ? Come on into the chat here and say hello. So RJ and I talked behind the scenes. We chatted behind the scenes, and let me come across this way because there's some police activity going on over there. It was really nice to catch up with him. We only talked about 30 minutes because I had some errands to run with my lady before coming out for my walk. Holly says, I don't do left and right. I do think we are all human. You're right. You're right. I've never been big on the political party system. I think it creates more division than collaboration, right? Or unity. It politics and left versus right, politics and left versus right, which is what I'm trying to say, creates more division than unity, right? Who would agree with that? Right? RJ Sandefur's in the house. Hey, RJ, how you doing? 27 in the box, brother. RJ, you know why it's raining here? You know the old phrase we used to say, the amount of people on the stream, 27 in the box, for example, making it rain, making it rain, making it rain. Right? You're making it rain here today, RJ, and literally it was raining here earlier today, and it may rain some more. There are some clouds up above. So RJ and I talked, and he didn't even know that certain people... Wow, there's a dog over there. I don't know what that dog is trying to do. It's like digging. He didn't even know that certain people that we used to somewhat associate with, were removed from YouTube. And, I caught him up to speed with what's going on. Hey, Sandra Palacio's back with the See, Sandra, you're still here. Sandra, some people were wondering where you're at. But I know you've been here, and I know you've had some changes in your personal life. You don't have to talk about them. I've had changes in mine, trust me. But it's great to see you back here, Sandra. And it was great to talk with you behind the scenes through the Coach Eli moderator group chat on Facebook a few days back. I've been watching that's cool. Yeah. So RJ, I caught RJ up to speed with what's going on, and I told him, I said, I've been ignoring all the drama and the crap, right? But I think now is a good time for us to finally go out there and create what we've always wanted to create, right? RJ and I have always had great banter on live streams. He has a great radio voice. We both have a lot of podcasting experience. I have a lot of podcasting experience, and I've been doing this for a long time. And him and I have always talked about great topics, and our shows just sound good. And I say that with humility. I'm not trying to show off or not be humble, right? Real quick before we continue here. Oh man, Red Morton Park. GLM, yes, I'm about to pass by the Kindness Corner. You've all seen the Kindness Corner. I've been to it a few times last year. I'll pass by the Kindness Corner again. We're going to put GLM in a timeout in the Kindness Corner. Like they labeled it the Kindness Corner, and all it is a patch of grass in the corner of the park where you would send someone for a timeout. Coach Eli says it's funny how when someone doesn't show up for a specific topic or just takes a break, the trolls assume a deflection. Right. Well, Coach Eli, you know the trolls are bored, lonely, miserable, insecure, and many of them are mentally and emotionally unstable. I've been saying this for years, and I've been scrutinized for it, but the truth of the matter is it's the truth. It's the absolute truth. These people are miserable clowns that that just would rather come out here on YouTube and project their insecurities with other like-minded people going through the same thing instead of hanging out with more positive people and turning their life around, right? Now, GLM, here is the Kindness Corner right here. This is the Kindness Corner. It's just a corner. It's not even fenced. It's like a pitcher's mound, right? Now, I'm at the top of the mountain here. And then there are a bunch I've shown this before, but I'll show it again because the lighting's pretty good right now. All right? You know, I figured like the Kindness Corner would have some special gates and like it have a fence around and it'd be a real special place, but it's just some grass. It is, look, it's just some grass. Like I'm showing you because you've seen the map. Remember those years where I would show that map, the Kindness Corner, while they were building all this? So they didn't make the Kindness Corner. Well, that's the Kindness Corner right there. It's a mountain. There's no label of it either. I mean, I should build a label or put a little like a little sign, a little wooden sign like right here and just put Kindness Corner. You know? It's a picnic area. It is. It is. It is a picnic area. Unless I'm mistaken, and the Kindness Corner is actually up in this area over there. But on the map, it's technically over here. Or the map that we saw back then. I'll have to go back to those streams and look at those. Look at those maps. The kindness is sharing your lunch, right? I think they deep sixed it. You're probably right. I feel like the Kindness Corner should have lots of colors and fun things. You're right. You're right. I mean, maybe it's in there, in the main area. So I'll have to go in there one day. I'm not going to go in there today, but I'll have to go in there one day and show you folks what's going on in there. Like early in the morning, like when there are very few people there, because I don't want to go in there when there are a lot of kids, you know. I don't want to be respectful of that, right? And we got to follow the rules on YouTube too, you know. Don't want to take any chances. RJ, you mentioned something. Let's see. RJ says, Sandra says, where's Dawn? She's around. Babe, where are you? Say something. RJ Sandefur says, Eli and I had a good conversation. Eli and I will be doing a live stream tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern on my channel. Please subscribe to both of our channels. That's right. I was just going to get to that. Thank you for reminding me, RJ. So, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific. RJ Sandefur and I are going to be going live on his channel. We're going to be catching up. We welcome everyone to be there live if you can. If not, catch the replay. I'm sure RJ, there's going to be a lot of trolling going on there because, you know, your your channel doesn't have the Nightbot protection and block words list that my channel does. But here's the thing: I'm gonna let RJ decide how he wants to handle it. I'm not even gonna ask RJ for a mod wrench, even though I've given him one. RJ can do whatever he wants. If he wants to leave it wide open and let people trash talk, that's all on him. It doesn't matter to me because I'm just going there to hang out with RJ, to reconnect, and to move forward into the future. That's it. We're finally going to be creating what we both feel we've been destined to create on this platform for the last 4+ almost 5 years that we've known each other. And we feel now's the right time to do it in spite of YouTube's new rules where people can really no longer get away with bullying you on the platform. And I feel blessed for that, right? And this is not even about silencing people or anything. People are entitled to their opinions, no problem, right? But there's a big difference between sharing your thoughts and opinions and attacking people and belittling people, right? And overdoing things, right? Like in my case, people came at me for years. How many times can you say the same thing over and over and over again, right? Because the stuff that happened in the past that I've been through will never, ever happen again on YouTube. It's done. They're really changing things at YouTube. They are. And tonight I'm going to show it. I mean, it's written out. And not only has it been written out, people are getting shut down on multiple channels. Not just the one person that we all know about through this community here. Many people are getting shut down on multiple channels for violating the terms of service, right? So I did a live from the Kindness Corner. It's got a Muriel and swings. Where on the inside? On the inside of the playground, not the outside part with the picnic area. I'll have to go check that out. Is it labeled the Kindness Corner? I have not been in there. One of these days, like I said, I'll do a morning stream and I'll go in there and show everybody what it's all about. Let's see here. I'm close, Sandra. They're really... Okay, I already read that. Sandra says, RJ has been away too, or did he switch his channel? Well, RJ, here's the thing. RJ, by mistake, shut down his channel that he had for well over a year that had almost 2K subs on it. It was, what, about a month ago, RJ, where you did that? I just realized that today. But you've been running content on this new channel that has, what, like 50 or 60 subs for like 3 weeks or just under a month. So it's been about a month or so that you mistakenly shut down, close your other channel. And I was thinking to myself, why would he do that? He was doing so great, right? You know, did people get to him again, or what happened? And I talked to RG today, and he said that he did it by mistake. He was going in there to try to do some maintenance. Yes, that is correct, says RJ. Okay. That's cool. Thank you. Cool. Thank you very much. Have a good one. A couple guys on a bike there. Zoverax is okay. Let him stay. They were on the stream last night. RJ has shut down several growing channels over the years. I would not call that a mistake. Those are choices, Coach Eli. Well, in the past, yes, he made choices because he was threatened by other people on this platform. And he wasn't even really threatened. It was a pretend threat to get a reaction from him so he can shut down his channel, and then these people make content out of him doing it again and calling him a flip-flopper. Right? That's that's all it was, right? What you folks don't understand is that a lot of the stuff that happened to RJ and myself wasn't even meant to be a threat. It was meant to get a reaction, to make cringy content off of, to entertain an audience of people that like that type of content and incite donations. That's all it was. That's all it was, right? And I think RJ finally realizes that. Eli, beware of those hurling rocks. Yeah, those days are done. We got a UPS truck here that's reversing on out of here. If anything happens, I got it on camera. All right. Yeah, it's hard to get around here now because this side of the fence is closed. They're still doing a lot of construction here. This is the swimming pool area. This is probably going to be done probably by the end of the year. They're making lots of progress. It's going to be an Olympic-sized swimming pool. That's a good driver. Yeah, sorry. Sanders says, sorry, I didn't see you earlier. I was driving. Yeah, and PT Cruisers. Yeah, you remember those days. You're famous now in your town, Eli. Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, Holly. And, you know, what's fame really anyways, right? I don't even care about fame. It's just, you know, helping as many people as possible. And trying to make a good living while doing it so you can keep doing it to help people, right? I went and got some margaritas. Turning up tonight. Yum, says Sandra Palacio to GLM. Yeah, let me just wait here a second. Oh, okay, I'm gonna come back over here. Don't want to get hit by a baseball in case. So I'll come around this way. Yeah, Little League Baseball starting up again. Kids are starting to practice. It's April, almost May, and then the games will be starting soon. You know, it's really, really crazy to me. And I've seen this before, and I'm seeing it again. It says Redwood City Little League Baseball established 2012. That's bullshit. Unless it was reestablished. I was playing Little League Baseball in the 80s. So, I mean, seeing those signs saying established 2012, I don't know. I don't get that. I can see Coach Eli as a punter or kicker in football, not much of a baseball player. Actually, I was a way better baseball player than football, man. I used to crank some good homers right here at this place, Kiwanis Field. I've shown this before in some videos. Kiwanis Field has a 200-foot high fence. And, you know, for 10, 11, and 12-year-olds, that's a pretty long distance. Now, for us adults, we'll pop fly and it goes over, right? We need like a 300-foot fence or a 300-foot distance of where the fence is at. But yeah, no, I had some good years playing Little League Baseball. Really enjoyed it. Really had a great time. I played football in grammar school, but, you know, and I did all right, but I more so enjoyed baseball. And it was flag football in grammar school, not tackle football like in high. I didn't play any sports in high school. I played in grammar school. I didn't want to go down the sporting route in high school and get hurt, and I had other things I was focusing on. But one thing I've always enjoyed is nature and the outdoors and bike riding and walking and hiking and all that. That's my passion today, you know. Let's see here. RJ Sandefur says that Coach Eli too. I am on the Special Olympics Athletic Leadership Program. That's great, RJ, and I've seen you do that at times. Or I've seen you put videos on that at times on your former channels. Those videos are now long gone, right? Oh, man. Some more news also. I'm starting to diversify again, and I'm going to be doing some more interviews. And there's another major interview I'm going to be doing. Oh my God, Rosie Wren with another $4.99 super chat. Oh my gosh, Rosie. Rosie Wren, the queen of YouTube now, forever and always with the $4.99 super chat. She says, "You're my inspiration." Eli. Well, thank you, Rosie. Wow. Rosie, you've been really hitting that super chat. We got to come to your channel, hit your super chat. Rosie is now monetized as of a few days ago. Let's congratulate Rosie Wren. Thank you, Rosie. I appreciate that. That's very kind. Holly says, "Hi, Rosie. Thank you for the donation." Holly, do you know where my lady is at? Are you still talking with her by phone, or is she just resting? She's probably like cooking her dinner. We have some great leftovers that my lady's probably reheating. I still have them. I may upload them again. Okay, good, RJ. Rosie says hello. Hi, Holly. Eli's already YouTube infamous. Well, I don't know if I'd say that. GLM. At least not for the right reasons, but that's okay. We're going to turn that around. And our time has finally come. Sometimes it takes 5 years for people to turn things around, right? And a lot of it is out of your control. It's all about when your time comes. When is the right time? Maybe now's the right time. I feel now's the right time. That's why RJ and I are going to start doing some things together, right? And then I was invited to be interviewed on someone's podcast. It's been around on YouTube for a while, but hasn't created a whole lot of content. And a lot of you know this person. I'm not going to mention who it is right now. I'm going to be watching some of the other interviews he's done later tonight and decide by tomorrow morning if I'll be doing an interview with him, and more than likely I will. And I'll update you folks tomorrow or the next day. And so, you know, I'm really going to start to do more collaboration now like I used to. It's not that I haven't wanted to do it over the last few years as I used to do it initially when I first came on this platform semi-full-time 6 years ago. But now that YouTube is actually taking more of a stance to protect good creators' content from people that abuse it, right? You know, now I can actually really focus on, you know, doing what I've always wanted to do out here. and working with the people I've wanted to work with and have tried to work with for many years. You know, I've always said this. I've always said that, you know, when you do things the wrong way, right? And you do crazy things to get attention on the internet or YouTube to make quick money by getting quick attention due to drama, it's not sustainable long term. It has a limited shelf life, right? And for people that take the longer approach like I have to get there and work your way there and really work your way there over the course of 5 years, 6 years in dealing with BS, then you really earn it and people respect you a lot more, right? Because I'll tell you this, people that, and there are a lot of people on this platform that have created fake instigated drama and done these hate streams to make money, right? A lot of them have done it, not just one or two people that we know of. A lot of people have done it, right? And then eventually they get all shut down, right? They all get terminated, right? And what happens after they get terminated? They struggle to stay on the platform because they know if they can't stay on YouTube, they pretty much become canceled or become irrelevant, right? And the majority of these people have become somewhat irrelevant, right? Look what happened to Alex Jones. Alex Jones was very well known when he was on YouTube. Now, I'm sure he still has somewhat of a following, but if Alex Jones was still on YouTube and not removed for violating the terms of service, he would have probably been 5 or 10 times bigger now, right? So I have to ask people that have been removed from this platform because you push the boundaries and you want a quick, easy success, right? I have to ask you folks, was it worth it to lose your relevancy instead of doing it the right way? Right? That's all I have to say. Amen, Eli, says RJ Sandefur. Another thing, I'll be talking more about this tonight as well when I go over the YouTube rules. It's something that Coach Eli mentioned on my walking stream yesterday. And that was the fact that he was removed from the YouTube Partner Program for reused content. And he told me that it was all my content that YouTube dinged him on, right? Coach Eli's greatest hits. You are infamous. The video went viral back in the day. Yeah, get rid of that channel. We all know who that is or who that account is associated with. Yeah, Coach Eli's greatest hits channel. Go back to your Lord, King, Messiah, and Savior, James, right? And continue to go down that path of self-destruction, right? I'm just coming with 2 dogs here. I'm going to pull off to the side. That's the respectful thing to do. Yeah, just go back and sulk in your misery with other miserable people that enjoy content created that harms other people, whether it be intentionally or unintentionally, which typically it was unintentionally, but still. A lot of the stuff that a lot of these channels did in some way, shape, or form did harm to many creators, including myself. the sad thing throughout all this was that there's always been a big audience of people that were paying money for it, right? And what kind of a person are you that pays creators money to harm other people or to defame their character, right? Or to stalk and harass them, right? Or to sell their content, right? I mean, what kind of person does that make you for supporting that type of content, right? And we could talk about this stuff. I'll probably talk about it more in my interviews. And this is stuff that needs to be talked about, right? Because this is the kind of stuff that we need to rise above, right? This is the kind of stuff that us people, as consumers of content, right? And even if you're a content creator, you're also a consumer of content, right? It's up to us, consumers of content, what we want to support and what we don't want to support, right? And if we're supporting hatred and bullying and harassment, right? And racism and all that type of stuff, and we're paying creators to do this kind of stuff, even if those creators say, oh, this is parody, I'm not a racist. I'm just saying this because it's my act. This is just me doing parody. Come on, don't give us that crap. You only say it's parody when you get caught and removed, right? Or when you're called out on it, right? But why go that route in the first place, right? Well, that's your answer. They are the same way as those creators and get off on it as well. Well, yes. What kind of people are they, though? From a moral standpoint, Sandra. From a moral standpoint, what kind of people does that make them? Right? And this has never had anything to do with breaking the law. Forget about the law. So those of you out there that, come out here, I used to do the same thing until I learned, and I finally learned. Most of the stuff that happens between these hateful creators and their groups is not even breaking the law. It's just morally and ethically wrong. And that's the problem in our society nowadays. We have a morality issue. We have a morality issue. That's what it all boils down to. Because it's funny to me that these people that support this hateful content that attacks other people, when you call them out, they all of a sudden try to pretend like they're really good people, right? Oh, I'm a good person. I would never do this. Oh, yeah, you would never do it, but you're supporting another creator that's doing it to other people, and you're getting entertained by it. What does that say about you? You're a hypocrite, right? You got a screw loose or something, right? Or you're just so unhappy and miserable deep within yourself, and you hate to admit it, that you conglomerate with people that create this type of content so you can feel better at someone else's expense, instead of you owning up to your shit and fixing your problem, right? You want to dish it off to someone else, right? How pathetic, right? It's a little windy right now. Pardon the wind here. I'm probably only going to do 2 laps today and end this stream short because I have to use the restroom and I don't feel like stopping. Unless maybe I will. No, I'm just going to go around. I'm going to cut the stream short. I'm going to do 2 laps, like 2.5 miles today. I can go home a little earlier, eat some dinner, and do the night stream. We still have another 10 minutes before we go off the air, so if you have any final questions, comments, or concerns, please get them in the chat. So yeah, tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 noon Pacific, on RJ Sandefur's new channel. It's just titled RJ Sandefur. Just type in RJ space Sandefur. We're going to go live and catch up and find out more about what he's been up to. And we're going to talk more about what we're going to be working on in the future. And like I said earlier, we're going to let RJ moderate his channel any way he wants. If he wants to allow trolls and haters to troll and hate, that's okay. We can just ignore them or get a good laugh at them quickly and move on, right? Got some leftover Amici's pizza GLM, and my lady has some leftover Amici's lasagna. So whenever we get Amici's takeout, we'll get like a large pepperoni with extra cheese, and she gets a big helping of lasagna, and it lasts us like 3 days. It's just a lot of food. It's not cheap, but when you break it down over 3 days with the amount of food you get, it's a great value. It's really good food. Sounds wonderful. Yeah, it is. And again, like I mentioned a bit ago, I'm going to be interviewed by someone else in addition to the RJ thing. Someone that many of you that have been following me for years will know who that person is once I announce it. I'm having an ice pop and mangarita, says GLM, and Sandra says, I'm barbecuing a ribeye steak. That sounds really nice. Sounds good, Sandra. Sounds great. You ever see the police just pass me by? They all know me here. The guy with the selfie sticking camera's back, right? Yeah, a lot of good and bad memories doing these shows here at Red Morton Park. And all that content that was created on me back then would not be allowed on the platform at this time. It would be removed immediately. So I guess you can say the early adopters of YouTube for the first 15 years or 20 years or so, it's been almost 20 years. The early adopters of YouTube got to play with the system a bit and do some stupid shit, get away with it, and make a ton of money doing it. That will never happen again. It's done. It's over. Permanently. You know what the funny thing is? It's funny to see many creators that have been removed from the platform, try to hang on to the platform and continue doing the same stuff. It's like, why can't you just accept that, hey, this is not feasible here anymore, and move on and do something else, right? Or start creating some more positive content, and then maybe YouTube can forgive you and bring you back. But when somebody, or when many people get removed from this platform and then come back on other channels that they shouldn't come back on and do the same thing that got them removed, and they keep getting removed, come on. What more do you expect? Or is that part of your game? The more you get removed, the more you can beg for sympathy donations through your audience, right? Will you marry me, Sandra, says GLM. That's funny. That's great. Right? Sandra says, because they are mean and hateful, they have no morals nor ethics, right? And then Holly says, stupid idiots They made the list. Jericho? Okay, I'm not sure what you meant by that, Holly. Well, that's your answer, says Sandra. They are the same way as those creators and get off on it as well. Yeah, I read that earlier. That's right. GLM says, my mom just called me. What did I miss? He didn't miss much. It's all good. Silverax says, King J is hanging on for dear life because it is all he has in life. No woman, no friends. He should join the circus as the patchy bearded lady. Yeah, he's one of them. He's not the only one that's been removed, though, dude. There's been a lot of people, past and present, that have been removed. It's not just him. He's just one that we know the most because he entangled us in all of his drama, and that's how he made his money. He is really good. King J, however you want to call him, right? He calls himself Chroma King now, right? Are you proud of that, dude? Chroma King? I mean, are we going to put Chroma King on your tombstone? Because, I mean, that's really, really fucking pathetic. It really is. I mean, here's the thing. If you're going to sell out to the title of Chroma King for donations, then I don't know what to tell you, right? That's if you think that's selling out, put a 1 in the chat. You tell me, is that selling out or... And I don't really care. It is what it is. Do what you want to do, but I would never sell out. I would never stoop down to that level and call myself a Chroma King or rebrand myself as a Chroma King for no amount of money. It's not. It's just not worth it to me. You know, and to me, no disrespect to anyone else, it's just not the manliest thing to me. It's not. It's just not. All right, folks. We're at 57 minutes, just under an hour. We're going to wrap this up in a second. Just waiting for any last second questions. I wouldn't call that selling out. He's doing the only thing he can. So you're saying, GLM, that he's marketing and monetizing the only thing that he can guarantee himself some money right now, because any other content he'd create, like even my content, is not making a lot of money. So I can understand that. I'm not saying I'm any better making content, doing regular non-drama content. But instead of being in the same position, having to work hard to get there, like myself and many other creators, he's taking the easy way because it's guaranteed money, right? It's basically selling out for the money, right? If you want to sell out for the money, that's on you, right? I just couldn't do it. I wouldn't feel right about it. I wouldn't feel morally or ethically right about it. I wouldn't be able to enjoy the money I made selling out. That's just how I am. What's so funny? Holly says, selling out to the Chroma community that will soon have all their channels looked at also. I don't think so, Eli, but that's just me. Oh, yeah, no, they're all going to go down. I'll mention them. Amber, her channel will go down. Auntie Side-Eye's channel will go down. All of them will go down. And the bottom line is I don't want to see them go down, but they don't understand. They oh, they don't get it. Eli's a better person than Princess. Oh, God. That's horrible. I try to be a good person. Oh, by the handicap parking sign? Oh, is that what it is? I'll move away from that. This whole building is going to be torn down and a new building will be built. Like, it needs to be painted, but they're not going to paint it because it's a new building. Or a new building is coming. All right, folks. See you all in a bit from the studio right here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. Please make sure you smash the like and subscribe. Bang the bell, select the notifications. Also, go below in the description and subscribe to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. or go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. Subscribe, bang the bell, and select all notifications. With that being said, have a good one. See you in a few hours from the studio. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.